Hey, what's up, guys? Played some poker last night, and I ran into a lady my age, really nice lady too. I had some silver on the table and stuff, and everything was going well. Playing pretty good and stuff like that. I told you I like to peacock. I like to you know have people say, "Oh wow, what's that?" And she did. She said, "What's that?" And she was sitting right next to me, and I was like, "Oh, it's silver." And I started explaining it to her. She's like, "Wow, that's great." And then another guy that recognized me is like, "Hey, you're the Patriot, man. What's up? America's great," or something he said. And boy, when he said that, the lady got mad. She's like, "Oh my God, he's a Trumper," and she whispered that to me. Now, apparently, she must have thought I was, something that I'm not. I was like, "Oh, okay," and I didn't argue with her or nothing like that. So I wanted to get inside of her head. So as she was drinking, because you know how the waitresses come around and give you drinks, she became a little more vocal, let's just say, okay? And so we started talking about politics for some reason, and that's when the shit hit the fan, and she just started going off about how you guys are crazy for saying that the election was not right in the 2020 election, and that's just conspiracy theorists, and Trump is the worst guy ever. I hate him, and blah blah blah. And I'm just sitting back listening, and they were just going off on each other, her and two other patriots. And so when they got done, I whispered to her. I said, "Oh, you don't like Trump?" She goes, "Absolutely not." And she's like, "You don't?" I was like, "Well, I'm not really into politics like that, but." Uh, I said, "Well, why don't you like him?" And she's like, "Oh my God, he's just terrible," and blah blah blah. And I was like, "Oh, what did one of his policies?" She's like, "Oh no, all of his policies are bad. It's just that blah 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 blah." I was like, "Oh, which?" And then I'll wait a few minutes and I say, "Well, which policy you didn't like?" And guys, she couldn't name one policy. She couldn't do it. She just didn't like him. And I wonder why, guys. I wonder why she doesn't like Trump. If you watch, news outlets like, let's say, I don't know, CNN, maybe MSNBC, CBS, ABC, NBC, the lamestream media. What do you think they're gonna think, right? And I don't blame them for it, because when I'm doing research for this channel, and I'm doing things that I want to do news clips for and stuff, I have to watch those channels. And let me tell you, man, if that's all you watch, the brainwashing is real. So I talked to her and I said, "Hey, what I think we need to do, because you know how they're trying to separate us, the blacks and the whites." And I knew she'd get on board with me. She's like, "Yeah, I'm not racist at all." She was a Caucasian lady. I said, "No, I know you're not." I said, "But we all need to stand together." She goes, "Yeah, because what they're doing to your people is terrible." And I'm just like, I wanted to say to myself, I wanted to scream at her like, ma'am, I'm not a victim." You know what I mean? But anyways, so I told her, I said, "Look, anytime somebody disagrees with you, even if they're a Trumper, just try to find something in common with them, because this is what they want. They want us to be separated. The politicians want us to be fighting against each other, but we all love the same thing. You love God, right? You love your family. You love this country. You want freedom. You want all those things, right?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, hey, let's work on that, all right?" And I gave her some silver. She goes, "Oh my God, thank you." I said, "Yeah, just do me a favor. Look up what you got, go get some more, and tell more people about it. Is that a deal?" Because she couldn't believe I gave it to her. She's like, "Oh yeah, thank you so much. Oh my gosh." And so I said, "Will you do me that favor though? Will you be kind to your neighbors and your brothers and sisters out here in America? Because we're all Americans." She's like, "Yeah, I'll do that." So hopefully I convert her. I can't make her not dislike Trump or like Trump, but there's a lot of things going on here, guys, and this is what I want to talk to you about today. Narrative versus reality. There's a lot of narratives out here, and I'm gonna tell you some narratives, and then you guys say out loud what the reality is to yourself. Okay. First narrative is the borders are good. The borders are safe and secure. That's what they tell us in the executive branch of the government. Everything's good. In 2016 election, they said the Russians hacked the election. It was Russia, And, you know, our former president was working with those people. You know, they hacked it so that he could win and that they could control him. The next narrative is that Brandon got the most votes in the United States history as a president. He got over 81 million votes, and he was just killing it out there with his campaigning. You guys remember that? That was great. Another narrative is Kamala Harris is black. Yeah. Also, the January 6th rioting, Trump incited that riot. He was an evil man, and he told them to light up their torches and get their their axes and their pitchforks, and, you know, put on your KKK masks and your everything else, and go up there and rush the Capitol. That's what he told them to do. Also, Antifa and Black Lives Matter riots, you know, they weren't that bad, and they were okay, you know, they were warranted because you know, cops are racist, and you know, they're killing blacks at a rate that's just like the 1940s and the 30s and stuff, and racism is going on like in the 1960s. You know, that's a narrative. Also, Black Lives Matters. You know, that organization is a great organization. They really care about blacks. You know, they're here for us. They don't just come out when, you know, a white person every once in a while does something to a black person. You know, that's not why they come out. They come out when the most dangerous person in the world to a black man, another black man, kills a black man, or there's no, you know, black father in the house, or, you know, there's gangs and selling drugs and all these other things going on besides a white man doing something to a black man. Black Lives Matter. They really care about us, and they take all the money and give it all back to the black people. They don't go and buy mansions and stuff, do they? They love us. Also, another narrative is Trump is a KKK member. He's a white supremacist. He is a racist, you know, and, you know, they tell us that. You know, I've couldn't believe his racism in between 2016 and 2020. It was absolutely crazy. You know, he also, like I said, he works for Russia. Putin's his boss. You know, he's just orange man bad, you know. But Joe Biden, he's a great president. He's for us. You know, he got the most votes ever. So he, you know, he's not working with China at all. That's not true. His son with the laptop and all the evidence, the actual evidence, none of that's true. That's just a nothing burger, guys. Absolute nothing burger. Everything's great with our president and his son and everything else. Nothing burger. Also, inflation is 7%. You know, the CPI, I like to call it something else, is the same as it was back in 1980, 1981. They measure everything the same. And if you look, just take everything that you were paying for in 2021 and times it by 0.07, and that's inflation, because it's only 7%, right? Nothing else is going up higher than that. You know, food and energy, which, you know, I guess we don't need to live off that because they don't put that in the CPI. But hey, everything's 7% higher than last year. The unemployment numbers are at a record low. You know, everything's great. And when the numbers do go up, it's because it's great jobs. It's not because, you know, people are going back to work and getting their old jobs back, or, you know, being a server or waiter, which is nothing wrong with that. But let's just say, you know, unemployment's great. You know, that's what they tell us. George Floyd, he's a great guy. You know, we got a statue of him now. He got buried in a gold casket, and you know, the white supremacists murdered him. You know, that was terrible. He was a great man, and you know, Kyle Rittenhouse is an absolute racist that killed those two white people. He's terrible. He's a terrible racist, and George Floyd's a good guy. You know. All lives matter is racist. When you say all lives matter, you are a racist, guys. The narrative says that to us, and wow, it's crazy. You know, when you say that anybody but a black person lives matter, you are a terrible racist, you know. Also out in Arizona, Carrie Lake is terrible. She's a terrible woman. She's a Nazi. She's a Trump supporter. You know, Trump handpicked her to run in Arizona just like she's a female version of him. But Katie Hobbs is the great one. You know, she won the election fair and square. You know, even though you look at the you know, machines and everything, and all of them are broken, and a lot of them are broken, 60-something% of them. But the narrative tells us that, hey, you know, even though it's been proven, we know that 2/3 or 70% of people, I mean, that were going to vote for Carrie Lake didn't get a chance to do that. But, you know, the narrative tells us that Katie Hobbs won fair and square. You know. Also, John Fetterman from Pennsylvania. Remember him? He was a great candidate, man. Capable. Had a great debate. You see that debate he had with Dr. Oz? Man, John Fetterman is absolutely great. You know, he can do the job. He can do any job. He had a stroke, but hey, he fell down, but he got back up. Great guy. Also, the economy. The economy is great, you know. We know the gas prices are a little high, but that's the Putin price hike, guys. That's not our president. That's the Putin price hike, and everything in the economy is great, strong. Has never been greater. Elon Musk now, he's a terrible man. He was great before he bought Twitter, but once he bought Twitter, oh my God, he's a conspiracy theorist. I mean, look at all these lies he told about the FBI. Did you hear the FBI statement? FBI, you know, they said they you know, look at everybody the same, fair and square. And this is another example of what they did with Twitter. They just go into people's businesses and check them out. And, you know, these people that uncover this stuff are just conspiracy theorists. This is not true. Elon Musk is a bad guy now because of this stuff, you know. And the Twitter files, it was a nothing burger. Absolutely nothing burger. Then remember Paul Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi's husband? He was attacked. You know, Paul Pelosi did not open the door for that man. He was just attacked, guys. You know, poor him. You know, these politicians, the 18 Republicans that signed, you know, the 1.7 omnibus bill, 1.7 trillion omnibus bill. Hey, you know, that was a great reason they did that, because remember, guys, we got other foreign countries that are, you know, more important than us, apparently, because they hang their flag in Congress. And Ukraine is our number one priority. That's what Mitch McConnell said, that they're our number one priority, and you got to listen, you know. Guys, in all seriousness, these are their narratives, and there are many more, and I want you to write them in the comment section, the ones I missed, because I know I missed dozens of them, that we have to fight against. On a serious note, we have to fight against these. So this is why I say we have to stand together. Don't separate each other from, if you're a Republican and somebody's a Democrat, or vice versa, or you're a Libertarian, somebody's a Republican. You know, we got to stand together with these people and let them know that they've been hoodwinked. You know what I mean? And we have a lot of work to do. A lot of people have given up, and I don't blame them, because this is a corrupt society we're living in. It's just as simple as that. When you have this is not like underground television saying this. This is, you turn on your television, you pay sometimes for cable or your regular news, and this is what you hear every single day on loop, 24/7. And we got a lot of work to do, guys. I think the best thing to do is just individually sit down and talk with people, and if these are people you actually love, and the first thing you got to tell them to do is turn that shit off. They got to turn it off, you know. And there's a way to go about it, and I'll go in a video basically talking to you step by step of how I do it. But there's all kind of ways to do it. And if you got your way, you got your way. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Can you do me a favor and name some of more narratives that I missed? Because like I said, I missed a lot of them. You know, am I crazy, guys? Is it just me? Am I living in the Twilight Zone, in bizarro world? Where we living? Let me know. Please, guys, in the comment section below. Do me a favor, guys. If you like this video, hit the like button. Only if you like it. If you like my channel and my videos, go ahead and share it. Guys, we got a lot of work to do. And in order to do that, and I'm working tirelessly at this, I need your help, you know. And you guys need to help other people. You need to help yourself. And we need to do this for our families, our children, and our children's children. All right? But we can start off by sharing the video. Least you can do is share the video. Because you already know. Sharing is caring. And you guys also know I love you very much. You guys are my boys. You know that. Guys, let's keep on stacking your silver, stacking your gold. If you like Bitcoin, stack that. Stack your cash. Stack your supplies. Put some muscles on your body. Get faster, get stronger, get smarter, get wiser. Keep praying, love God, and love your family. Keep your head on a swivel. And let's do this, guys. Let's keep fighting the good fight. This is the good fight, and we will never give up. All right? I love each and every one of you, and I'll see you in the next one, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.